What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Boom. So today, first of all, it's Monday. As soon as I finish recording here, I plan on doing a live on the small channel. I apologize. I missed 2 lives, I believe, last week during the daytime. So I'm gonna go over there. So make sure check that out today on the small channel, Dubess, Dubess. If you're not already subscribed to that channel, do me a favor and do that. Almost ran out of breath. Let's try to get 1,500. Wow, this mic is kind of loud today, huh? Let me turn it down a little bit. Let's try to get 1,500 likes on this video minimum. I was checking out the analytics for last month, man. You guys came through for me. There was a lot of watch time. Watch time really helps. The longer you watch, the more it helps. Everything helps. Making comments, sharing grows the channel a lot. So thank you for everything you guys been doing. Now, today's video. Oh, Food and Fallons also has a funny one today. He should have a funny one today. He went out to eat at a place that we went to last time I was out there with them. And well, we went out there together. And we went to this one spot. I don't want to say what it is. He'll say it in the video. I got buzzed, had a great meal. Well, he went back this time out and things were different. So check out Food and Fallons today. Now, today's video is about 4 prison habits. Apparently, I don't know how to talk. My pause button doesn't work, so let's try over. 4 prison habits written up right here. I'm trying to be professional today. 4 prison habits I still use. And they can be applied out here, and they should be, right? If you can. So, number 1. I should have a damn drum roll on here. Number 1. Keeping my word. Keeping your word in prison and in life should be very, very important to you. Something as small as telling somebody, hey, I'll be there by 7 o'clock. I'll be there probably at 6:50. Keeping your word, not only does it show people that you respect them, but it allows people to know that you are responsible. One of my biggest pet peeves in the world, I've talked about this before, I'll say it again. One of my biggest pet peeves in the world stems from my childhood. Growing up with a dad that would promise me the world. Hey, mijo, I'm going to get you this. Mijo, I'm going to get you that. Mijo, I'm going to do this. Mijo, I'm going to do that. And never coming through with any of it. It was a long time ago. I love my dad. He's a different man now. Back then, times were different. He was involved in different shit. But it became one of my biggest pet peeves. If you tell me you're going to do something and you don't do it, I may not cut you loose now, the person I am now in prison. Nah, fuck that, vato. The word is shit. Your whole word was shot with me. Once you say, hey, I'm going to do this for you. Hey, I'm going to do that. Like, I didn't ask you. But now I'm more likely going to be like, okay, I'm not going to cut this person loose, but I'm not going to believe what the fuck they tell me. As human beings, the most precious thing we have is time. We don't have long on earth. Talked about how buildings are going to last longer than us. Trees, certain animals. It's a bunch of stuff that's going to be here when we go. That was here when we got here and it's going to be here when we go. So, don't waste my time with a broken fucking promise. So, keep your word. Keep your word. People will respect it. I know on the streets people don't respect a lot of stuff. I realize that. But they will respect somebody that they know is dependable. Keeping your word leads up to dependability. Number 2. Hey, there's some people that don't like the shot. My bad. You're going to hear 2 more after this. possibly more. I might go crazy with it today. So, number 2, wake up early and conquer the world. In the joint, the raza, period. I can't speak for anybody else, but I know all the raza are up before the Judas come around unlocking trade slots. I don't even know if they unlock trade slots anymore, but I know they got to pull the bar. They always got to pull the bar. You never let the Judas start your program. As raza, you're going to be up early in the morning. You're going to handle your business where it may be busting down, doing the rutina. You know, again, for a long time, they stopped letting people go to the chow hall. You ate in your cell. I preferred it. I liked it. But a lot of guys that wake up early in the morning, buzz down, bird bath, and read their Bible or read something. Maybe turn on the news. But in the morning, that's your quiet time. That's your peace time before yard, because you never know what you're going to step out to once that yard door opens. If you're out here and you like to sleep in, I give it to you on the weekends, sleep in. But if you're out here and you're late to work because you slept in, believe me, throughout the year, there's a lot of productivity that you lost. There's a lot of, for those of you that have jobs and you wonder why is this motherfucker over here getting a raise? Or why is this fucker over here getting a promotion? And I bust my ass. But what time do they get to work? Are they there early? Minimum on time? Do they stay late? It's one thing to show up. It's another to show up late and then leave on time. If you're sleeping, you ain't conquering shit. And they say sleep is a cousin of death. That's why in the joint, a lot of times people say, man, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Apply that out here. Your waking hours, make the most of them. Don't sleep it away. You know, we used to tell dudes that that like to take naps and shit, you know, you're allowed to. One up, one down. Vatos that like to take naps, say they're about to do in halftime. He trying to sleep half the day. This is about to do in halftime right here. Motherfucker got life. He thinks he got halftime because he slept. But you gotta get your ass up, even when you don't want to. That's like me today. Today, I got thrown off. Today, I was supposed to get back in the gym. I had to take care of something for my lady. She's first. These motherfucking muscles can't wait. Okay. Number 3. Watch your words. I believe I talk a little bit faster in my videos now than I did in the past, but people still complain. I've talked about it a bunch of times. I am very aware of what's coming out of my mouth. Have I said shit on here, especially on lives when I've been drinking, that I regret? Absolutely. Everybody knows that I disrespected Jerry and his family. And I shouldn't have. I reached out to him on IG to apologize. He didn't want it. That's fine. But as a man, when you do something wrong or right, whenever you have a negative interaction, as a man, we need to take a step back and evaluate. Was I wrong? And if you realize you were wrong, you apologize. And if you realize you were right and they don't apologize, then you cut them out of your life. Right? So nobody's ever going to be perfect. When I tell you watch your words, but watch your words. Your words are a reflection of you. A lot of times, you only get one time. You know, they say you only have one time to make that first impression. That's not always necessarily the case, but in certain scenarios, it is. The joint especially. You meet somebody who is somebody in there, and you're talking stupid ass shit, for the rest of your prison career, you are that vato that fucking talks about stupid ass shit to that man. And that man has say over you. So anytime your name comes up, which vato is that? Is it that fucking stupid ass vato that be talking about nonsense? Oh yeah, I know who he is. Fuck that guy. So when you can, man, this is my advice for those of you that can read a book as often as you can. People talk about my vocabulary, and people are like, man, I'm surprised you were in prison so long and you speak the way you speak. I read a lot. Reading opens up your vocabulary. It betters your grammar as far as speech, right? But it helps you to look presentable, be more professional in your dealings with anybody, right? So always be aware of your words. Say what you mean, but don't say it out of anger. Don't say shit out of spite. I'll catch myself at times with loved ones. That's how I deal with these loved ones. And that may be just close friends and family. I really don't have riffraff around me. I don't have time. When I used to have a lot of riffraff around me, I want to fight in their fucking battles and go into jail. And they stayed out here and hated on me probably. It is what it is though. That's that life. But again, just be extremely mindful of your words. They create an appearance of you. They create a definition. They define you. Your words will define you. Speak well, people will think well. Speak poorly, they're going to think poorly. Remember that. Number 4. This is extremely important. I think all of them are. But this one, number 4, is treat everyone as an equal. This is tricky. I had a lot of aphorisms. Aphorisms are sayings. This is a fancier word for sayings. But I had aphorisms I used to have on my wall, my cell, a lot of them. And there's one that I remember, and it goes something like, never treat your enemy as your equal, because he will immediately think he's your superior. Think about that. Rewind that and think about that. But when I say treat people equally, if you have a dude so in prison, we'll start with prison, right? If you have a dude that's a well-known, well-established killer on the yard, then you have a 19-year-old, 18-year-old hit the yard that hasn't done nothing. Treat them equally as far as how you talk to them. Don't act like you can talk to one different. That 19-year-old just hasn't done what the other dude did, but he's going to. Same out here. You don't look at people and judge them. You shouldn't. If you're wise, you shouldn't judge people by their appearance whatsoever out here. I'm going to let you in on a secret. I have met legends in the joint from every faction that if you saw him, you'd be like, because physically it doesn't compute to what people think these people are supposed to look like, what legends are supposed to look like. 15 arms, 27 legs, and 5 heads. To some people, that's what a legend is in prison. But then they meet certain ones and they're like, huh? That bottle has bodies, stacks of them. Don't judge that man by what he looks like. Same thing out here. Be kind to those that need kindness, because they could lead to something great. They're going to remember who was kind to them. I had situations like that in YA. Vatos that maybe they weren't up to par. They were firme raza, what we call it in there, firme raza. They weren't levas, but they're almost a slap away from being a leva, right? Then they hit the joint. Hold it now. And they're, hey, what's up, homie? Yeah, I remember when. Yeah, it's all good. Goes a long ways. It applies out here. You want to do shit at the bottom line. Bottom line, with all of these right here, you want to do everything you do, you want to do with good intentions in your heart. Why break your word? Why give your word when you know you're not going to come through? That discredits you to the person you lied to and anybody that heard. If somebody else, motherfuckers be nosy. Hey, did he come through on that? No? I knew that Vato was fucking full of shit. That guy is going to go gossip, or that chick is going to go gossip. Guess what? He's a fucking liar. Right? Do you want to be that person? You don't want to be that person in your home, in your workplace, in your community. Man, I told a story about a guy. I'm not going to retell the story. But this dude's name, and there's a lot of people that are going to know who I'm talking about. There may be more with this name. Lying Louie. I also met somebody else. Their nickname from their barrio. Obviously, he changed it. We're in Pelican Bay together. He changed it, and people might know who this person is. His name was Liar. And I remember one of his homeboys from his barrio, he didn't like him. And I'm like, hey, your homeboy's feed my fool. I fuck with that vato. And he's like, you know what his real nickname is, right? I said, what? He goes, Liar. And I told him, is that right? Because he ain't never lied to me. And he's like, homie. And the barrio, I said, we're doing life. So he was able to change my mind, but that's because that was based on my interactions. Anyways, how long has this been, man? 17 damn minutes. Hopefully that's long enough for you guys. I know you guys are always, hey, make longer videos. I make them, and for some reason you guys like when I ramble. Sometimes they get lost in the weeds though. But everything everything I say, it comes from my heart. You guys know I have good intentions. That's all I'm trying to do is help everyone better themselves. I was lucky enough to better myself. And at the end of the day, it's all for our kids, right? We don't have much longer here. So with that said, snuck one in on you right there. Somebody ducked it. It's all good. Anyways, that's my video for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I have some errands I got to run, so I got to do this. I got to get on the live with you guys on the other channel, so let me knock this out. Thank you for the support. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Share this video. Share every video. Go down all of them. I have like 600 of them. Share all of them. Leave a comment. We're going to get 1,500 comments minimum on this one. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out.